What's up, guys? So by now, you may or may not have noticed that the second channel currently serving as the main channel, TheOneJudgment, is gone. It's missing. Happened overnight. So, firstly, I'd like to explain exactly what happened, because it's pretty nuts. I mean, I keep running into these rare fringe circumstances that lead to the deaths of channels here. That whatever. I'm getting a little off topic, so I'm going to try to focus on this. But it happened late last night. I was at work. I just first day back on the job at the theater, working the closing shift. That night, I stepped in and I checked my emails because I got an email. And my heart, of course, sank to the bottom, because I just see copyright takedown notice. Some of your videos have been taken down. I was like, shucks, that's tragic, isn't it? And of course, it was just a list of videos that got taken down. There were about 4 in total, and all but one of them were the Konosuba reactions, which, if you remember the season 1 Konosuba videos, those are the ones you'd think would have the least reason to be taken down. Like, there's no reason to take those down. If you remember them, they were heavily edited. I edited those significantly more than I edit any other reaction, because I wanted to try to protect them and make them more entertaining and engaging. I spent hours on those videos, and they're so heavily edited, the fact that one could declare that they should be taken down is baffling. Like, they were cut down so much that like 10 minutes of the actual Konosuba episode is there. If that. And, you know, the focus was so clearly onto my commentary with all the little editing tricks I did. It's just, the fact that somebody at Kadokawa saw that and was like, yeah, screw this guy, I don't even know what to say to you. You have weird standards, my friend. And they were all Konosuba except one, which was an Overlord one. And out of all of them, Overlord Season 2, Episode 8, A Boy's Feeling? Like, are you kidding me? Nobody gives a crap about Season 2, Episode 8. One of the least given a crap about episodes of the entire series, and you picked that one. That's absurd, Kadokawa. That's absurd right there. I don't know what this guy was doing. But I saw that and I was like, okay, that sucks. The one time I can't be at home to dispute this, which I swear they set that up. Because if I had been at home and been able to dispute it, we might not be in this mess. But I was literally at work, hours away from being able to come back. So I was incapable. I swear they were watching me and just waited for the moment to strike. Because I haven't worked at night in a year. And they wait for the one moment where I can't possibly fight them to suddenly swoop in with this. Gosh, the coincidence is staggering. So that happened, the first thing. And then where's the other emails I got? No. It was, here. Then I get another email with a few more videos tacked onto the list, including Fate Zero Episode 5, which I thought that one was already gone. So I think that one just got thrown in for whatever reason. I think it's because it was already struck before, so it just added it to the list. But just a bunch more, well, not a bunch more, just a couple more Konosubas and another Overlord. And of course, because of that, boom, another strike, end of the line. Because then I immediately received the, due to multiple copyright strikes, your account has been disabled. Blah, blah, blah. So that was bad. in and of itself, right? My channel was already gone. 2 strikes, that was it. Because instead of just sending out the disputes, instead of sending out the copyright takedown notices all at once, like you're supposed to do, they waited and sent out a couple more, which meant it was 2 strikes, which you're not supposed to do that. YouTube's terms say that copyright holders aren't supposed to do that. They set up the new strike system so that any one copyright holder is supposed to send out all of the takedowns at once, so that the creator only gets 1 strike, so that they don't just get mass bombarded. But Kadokawa intentionally circumvented this, because not only did they send did it take down his other videos, I got like 5 more emails after the channel was already gone of them continually taking down more and more videos that at that point no longer existed. Which means they couldn't have they couldn't have decided to take them down after the channel was already gone. They clearly set up multiple emails to YouTube, or however the process works, ahead of time, and then distanced them in an attempt to get me multiple strikes and take me down. Which is just malicious. I mean, there's no other explanation, because they couldn't have just found them one at a time, one after the other, because by the time they sent them, the channel was long gone. They had it set up in advance and then separated them on purpose. I also know this because when I saw that the Konosuba video started to get taken down, I took precautionary measures. I privated all of the Season 1 Konosuba videos, because you can't take down a private video because they can't watch it. But they took it down anyway, which means they had already seen that it was there, and instead of putting it in the list with the other ones, separated it. Because you can't set out a copyright strike for a private video once it's, you can't set for it to happen after it's privated. They already had seen it and knew about it beforehand. So, yeah. Anyway, I've been rambling for 8 minutes about this whole circumstance of Kadokawa going on a manhunt here. Just, I don't know what happened with them, but they just went nuts. They went berserk. Some dude who handles the copyright management stuff at Kadokawa's HQ found my Konosuba videos and decided he wanted to murder me, essentially. When they were so heavily edited, you'd have to be out of your mind to try to say that it doesn't meet the most basic principles of fair use. I know in Japan they don't have fair use, but even by their standards, this is such a clear case of a derivative work that doesn't infringe on it that it's beyond me that somebody would see that and be like, they want to take it down. Seriously. So, what now? Well, twice within like a 6-month period here, 2 channels gone down the drain. The first time, I'll own up, that was my bad. It was pretty much my fault that the first channel went down, because I decided to try and fight frickin' Studio Ghibli, which that was a mistake. Taking on the titan that is Studio Ghibli was a bad move. I had no idea that they could flex their muscles that hard against YouTube to the point where they did something I didn't think could be done and just emailed them directly telling them that I violated terms of service and then took me down just straight up with no warning. But with this case, I didn't do anything. I did the right thing by for the first time actually editing down the videos, and I get massively punished for it. Screw that. What is it with that mentality of anime producers and just seemingly having this massive resentment towards using any of their material for things? You know, because on one hand, they always seem to encourage fan-made stuff, but you use 1 second of their thing and you will die. They would strike you with a bolt of lightning if they were capable. I guarantee it. It is the 21st century. It is the age of the internet, of sharing, and they just have this 5-year-old mentality of, no, this is my ball, you can't play with it, I'm not going to share it with you, of just not letting anybody use their stuff. It's just such an archaic, draconian business practice, where nowadays, thanks to the internet, there has just built up this consensus that copyright holds little to no purpose anymore. It just doesn't. Unless someone is creating something that is just very obviously meant to be a substitution for the original work, there's no point in even worrying about somebody using your creative content. There's no point. It doesn't help you to take down a reaction video. It just doesn't. Unless it's those reactors who don't say anything. They just sit there and nod or make the occasional exclamation, because those don't add anything necessarily too much. I mean, you can argue their entertainment value. You theoretically can, but I would argue that they probably shouldn't exist, just because they don't add enough. Because that brings up the distinction between reaction and commentary. Reaction videos, pure raw reaction videos for something like anime, doesn't serve much, because just sitting there as if you're watching it on your own and occasionally gasping, some people can find that entertaining, sure, but it doesn't add enough to justify it. But commentary is a whole other deal. You're sitting there, you're watching, you're saying what you think, you're adding little jokes, little stupid quips, you're having fun, you're just adding your own creative flair to it on the fly. It's a totally different experience watching a reaction or commentary video to watching the real thing. Nobody in their right mind would turn on a commentary video instead of the real thing. And anyone who does would usually whine and complain that they're incapable of enjoying it, because they're like, I came to just watch the thing, and this guy's talking so much. So, I mean, those comments in and of themselves are proof that my videos are unsuitable as a replacement for the original, because anyone who's tried to use them as a replacement has moaned about being incapable of doing so. I'm just venting here because I'm pissed. Extremely so. I had a freaking crisis when I came back because of this, but honestly, the crisis was mostly because of something else. I haven't even gotten into another main problem here, because I thought it would be much easier to get the channel back in this case. Before, this is something YouTube doesn't account for too well when it comes to just terminated, suspended channels on a whim. They don't really have a form for that. But with this, they have a process where you can just email them or even fax them or mail them the copyright dispute. Because you can't use the in YouTube copyright dispute thing because the channel's gone. You have to email it to them or mail it to them. So I was doing that. I set it up, I put in all the information exactly right, I explained my reasoning for why I thought it was fair use and why it should have been kept up. And then I immediately got a response back from YouTube. I was like, is it my lucky day? No, it's not. Absolutely was not, because allow me to pop open one of the emails real quick just to tell you exactly what it said. Because it said, thank you for the counter notification. I hate that sentence. It gives me PTSD now. Our system detected that the following videos you submitted are not eligible for a counter notification. Why? Because the email address you have provided does not match the email address of the account that uploaded the video. When it totally is the email that I used. I double, quadruple, quintuple checked that the email I provided was the same one. It absolutely was. No matter how many times I sent it back to them, changed up little details here and there to try to make them listen, it didn't work. That that drained me, man. That devastated me again. That's why I was devastated when I came back, because I felt screwed over. Because it's just like, what are you talking about? It's not the same. I'm telling you with 100% certainty that it is the same. I don't know what it's talking about. I used the same freaking email that I logged into the channel with, and it's saying it's not the same, that it doesn't match. I don't know how that works. There's no other email that could possibly be tied to it. I don't understand. If I could send this out, I could theoretically get it reversed. But it won't let me because the email doesn't match. Who cares if the email doesn't match? Anyway, why does that even matter? I'm clearly the person who's doing this because I'm sending you the links to the videos. And it's being sent from the email that logs into it. Honestly, here's my theory as to why it doesn't work. Because the channel was actually a sub-channel, so to speak. You can have multiple YouTube channels under one account. You can create brand channels that are secondary to the main account, and that's what I did with this one. And when it took down the TheOneJudgment channel, the main channel that it was attached to remained, and that one still logs in with the same email. So, was there just a massive, huge oversight on YouTube's part, where if a sub-channel, so to speak, gets taken down, it mistakenly just completely ignores that it even existed in the first place, and thinks, well, this channel currently exists with this email, and there's no videos ever been uploaded to it, so yeah, these videos weren't uploaded on this email, even though they were still. I don't know how that even makes any sense, even if this is the case, and that it's because it was a sub-channel, and the main channel is still up under that email. What email does it think is attached to it? It says it doesn't match, as in, it has an email on file for what those videos were uploaded under. What email does it think it was? Does it assign some kind of secondary email to sub-channels or something? Because if it does, how am I supposed to know that? It doesn't tell me that it does that. I have no idea what it would even be. So what am I supposed to do? Can I get a hand here? Because it was the same email I logged into the channel with. It's gotta just be because it was a sub-channel. And the problem is the stupid robot that's reading the email doesn't know that. Talk about an oversight. Google is run by the most profitable tech company on earth, and they can't get that right. Are you joking? That is pathetic. I mean, that's inexcusable. That's unsettling to me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at my wit's end. I have reached the end of the rope. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was already struggling on the second channel to try to keep the momentum going and get everything back to the way it was. Things were progressing steadily, that's for sure. And some videos were very successful. Higurashi, for example, the Overlord videos, which they took down a few of those, of course, but... and then I'm so pissed, by the way, that the new Planet Sheen theory, by the way, that one was finally catching the algorithm. It was doing awesome. It was surpassing the original video in views hugely at that point. It was rocketing up. And then Kadokawa comes in and hits the brakes. Screw you, Kadokawa. You guys suck. I don't even care about how petty that sounds to be lashing out at them, but you suck. I hate you all. Not really. I'm sure the people behind the company, most of them are generally kind people, but screw you and your draconian copyright policies that apparently allow your employees to just hunt people down for trying to enjoy your content and create avenues for other people to enjoy your content. Yeah, fine. Screw you then. You don't want me generating any hype for your freaking animated series? Then fine. You won't get any. If I do get the channel back, I'm not touching Kadokawa again. I think they're making Shield Hero though, aren't they? Maybe I'll finish Shield Hero and then I'm never touching anything from them because screw it. I'm not giving them a second more of my time after that because just like I'm probably never going to react to a Studio Ghibli thing again. My only options now to get the channel back, my only hopes and dreams of even doing this, because apparently I can't rely on the email because the robots are dumb and they can't help me, but my only chance is because you don't have to just email, like I said, you can also mail it to them or fax it to them, as weird as that sounds, mailing or faxing a copyright dispute to YouTube HQ. I can do that instead. And there's no way they're going to have a robot look over a letter, although they would probably still take the information and plug it into the system in the same way. But at the very least, I might be able to explain in the letter, hey, when you plug this in, it might not work because it was attached to a sub-channel, and then maybe they'll take that into account. But a robot doesn't know to look for that. So my only hope is to fax them or mail it to them. I think we've got a fax machine around here somewhere. I can fax them. That's the only chance. That's my one chance. It's a better shot than when TTA got taken down, because that one relied on emailing YouTube and then them just never getting back about it at all. They didn't even say they got my email. But this one, at least I emailed it to them and they got back to me, so there's that. So I have a feeling if I fax it or mail it to them, they'll also be able to get back to me. So cool. In the meantime, I might just take a break from making the reaction videos. I don't know if I'm going to, if the channel doesn't come back, I don't know if I'm going to continue, because my soul can only take so much. I don't know if I'm even emotionally or mentally capable of trying to start over from zero again. Just to reference Kadokawa some more here. I mean, I don't know, maybe I gotta take a page out of the Book of Subaru and just keep it going. Be like Michael Scott with the Michael Scott Paper Company, and just, even if my channel goes under tomorrow, I will just start another channel and then another one. I have no shortage of channel names. Either I hold fierce in my determination and just keep making videos out of spite almost, or I surrender and go quietly into the night. I don't want to do that though. You know, sunken cost and all that. I don't want to let any of you guys down. Many of you have been so kind to stick around with me through thick and thin in all of this. You know, supporting me on Patreon, subscribing to all the new channels, keeping up to date on everything. It means the world to me that so many of you have actually stuck around and have wanted to watch my stupid videos. It's made it all worthwhile, you know? Because I've dedicated so much of my life and of my time into trying to just entertain people. That's all it started out as. Just wanting to have some fun and make some dumb videos on the internet for people to watch. That's all it was. And if I could make a living off of that, then that's the dream right there. It was never some greed-fueled, I'm gonna hop on the hype train thing. It was just, it looked like fun and something that I thought I could do to entertain. But, you know, Japanese anime producing companies don't give a crap about that. And yeah, by Japanese law, they technically have the right to do this. Technically they do. Technically, because there's no fair use laws of any kind in Japan. But just because it's legal doesn't mean it's right. Legal and just are not synonymous with one another. Something can be legal and still be wrong. In a similar way, something could be illegal and not be wrong. Theoretically, that's less common. But In the meantime, if you still want to catch any content from me, or you just want to stay updated on some of these matters, you can check out my gaming channel, Insect Plate. I'm probably going to still keep making some videos there. At least I'm going to be doing the live streams, just because it'll give me something to do. At least I'm going to take my mind off of it. Making the gaming videos is what got me through my hiatus back last year, around this time even. That's what got me through it before, when I had to take a mental health break. So if you want to catch any new content from me, want to hang out, check out Insect Plate. That's where this video is going to be going up on anyway. But I'm linking in the Discord server and everything. But yeah, I've prattled on for half an hour about this. Sorry guys if it's been arduous to try and listen to me vent about all this, but I kind of needed this. I kind of needed to vent about it, just because it's been massively detrimental to my brain to, take on the second job again, go back to work at the theater. And while I've got another job going on, and I've had a lot that I plan to do and work on once I finish Shield Hero, but it's not looking, likely at this point. I'll probably just, in the meantime, just open up another channel, for any of my backlogged videos that didn't get to be uploaded, to just throw them on there. I'll probably do that. And if I do that, I'll link it in the description, I'll link it on the Discord server, and all that good stuff. So thanks for listening to my ramblings and vents about this whole circumstance. I can't even express how disappointed I am in all of this. Perhaps it is destiny, and that I'm just not meant to make anime commentaries anymore. Maybe that's the case. If the channel doesn't come back, if I message YouTube and they say they can't do squat, then, well, maybe that's just the way it's supposed to be. So anyway, in conclusion, thank you everybody. It's been real. I sincerely hope that I catch you again at some point soon, but until then, I will see you guys later.